Now I'm going to factorise this cubic function y equals x cubed minus 4x squared plus 6 plus 6 using what I call the German method. It was taught to me by an exchange student one year, and she was visiting us from Germany, and I was quite impressed by her technique, and many of my students like it. It starts off the same way as the long division method, and to factorise that cubic again, I have to find the first zero, like always. So what I'm going to do is try p of 1, p of negative 1. We may as well, because the last one I showed p of 1 didn't work. So with minus 1 I get minus 1 cubed. Take 4 times minus 1 squared plus minus 1 plus 6, which equals negative 1. Take 4, take 1 plus 6, which equals 0. So therefore the first factor equals x plus 1, same as before. Now where it differs is that the German method requires you setting it out in a strange way, but it's quick and efficient. Essentially, that's the setup. You always do a cross like that, and you put a 0 in that corner. Now, the first 0 that you found, the negative 1, goes here. So that negative 1 goes into that spot. And across the top of the screen goes the coefficients of the cubic. So above the 0 goes the coefficient of x cubed, 1. In the second spot goes the coefficient of x squared, negative 4. In the next spot is the coefficient of x, 1. And the last spot is 6. Now, the next bit is a little bit weird, but what you do essentially is you add 1 to 0 and you put the result underneath. Then you multiply that negative 1 by the 1 that you've just created, which equals minus 1, and you put the result for that multiplication underneath the minus 4. So you add 1 and 0 and you put the result underneath it. You multiply the negative 1 by the 1 and you put your result underneath the next location. Then you add them. Negative 4 plus negative 1 is negative 5. Then you multiply minus 1 by minus 5, which is positive 5, and you put the result underneath. Then you add the 1 and the 5 and you get 6. Then you multiply the negative 1 by the 6 and you put the result under the 6. Then you add the next column and you get 0, and that is always 0. If you don't get a 0 there, you've made an error. Now here's the cool thing. That means that the cubic has factorized into x plus 1, and then the 1 that you've created becomes the coefficient of x squared, the negative 5 is the coefficient of x, and the 6 goes at the end. Then you factorize that into x minus 2, x minus 3, and you're finished. Same as before.